Hi, welcome. My name is Money Precious, and I'll be teaching in this video how to know what knowledge to monetize. So right now you're probably thinking, okay, it's pretty cool that we can monetize our knowledge and make money from them, but how do I know what knowledge to monetize? How can I find that particular knowledge that I can convert into an ebook, into a course, and sell it and make money from it? So that's what I'm going to be teaching you. So let's dive right in. So I'm going to be teaching you four strategies that you can use to determine what particular knowledge you have that you can actually convert into an ebook, to a course, and sell to others. Okay. So the first thing we're going to teach, what looking at is what are you passionate about? Okay. So in this picture, you see passion letters here. So now, if you don't know what you're passionate about, one easiest way to discover it is by answering these questions I have on the screen. So, what is that one thing you never get tired of doing? As one. The second thing is, what is that thing that makes you happy the most when you're doing it? So your passion is literally the one thing that when you do it, you never get tired of doing that thing. And as you even if you're doing like all day, you're always like super excited doing it, and you're always super happy as you're doing it. Okay, that's literally what you're passionate about. So for you to answer this question is to sit down and ask yourself, what is this thing that I know I can do from morning to night and never get tired of doing it? Okay. And once you've gotten that, that's your passion. So your passion could be something that you can monetize. So let me give you an example, right? One of the people I've met who monetize their passion is a friend, Jacqueline, and Jacqueline is passionate about baking. She bakes cakes and all those other things, right? She like if you ask Jacqueline what's your idea of a good time, her idea of a good time is just being in the kitchen and baking. So what she did was she took what she loved doing and she monetized it. She turned it into a course and she started teaching other bakers how to grow their baking businesses. So she took what she knew already and she turned that into a course. Okay, so that's example of how you can actually monetize your passion. So you can be like how who took what she's passionate about and created a course around it and started monetizing it. So the same thing if you're passionate about cooking, you can create a course. It's actually a course I saw where someone actually taught people how to cook. I think about 20 or no 200 different Nigerian meals. So that's a course person put together an ebook teaching people how to cook 200 different Nigerian meals. I also saw a course teaching people how to make smoothies. That's if you are passionate about cooking. Or you could passionate about other things. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, it could be something that you could monetize. The next thing we'll look at is your life experiences. Okay, life experiences that you can learn from. So we all have life experiences. We all have different things that we've experienced as we're going through life. All right, so your life experiences is actually something you could possibly monetize. So maybe you've learned something throughout your life. It could even be like the mistakes you made. I've seen people sell ebooks on mistakes to avoid. It could be mistakes you made. It could be some challenges you face that you're able to overcome. It could be some things that people just taught you along the way as you were growing up, or as you stumbled upon during your life. So that's something you can actually pick. So your job is to sit down and think, okay, what do I know throughout my life experiences? Maybe it's something you learned on the side that you didn't really think was all that important that you can monetize. Next thing is, what do people always ask you questions about? So if you're like me, you probably have people constantly asking you questions about a particular topic or about a particular field. So what is that thing that when people think of, you're the first person that comes to mind that they have to call you to ask you about? So maybe it's relationship, right? Maybe it's relationship, you're always good at giving relationship advice. Or maybe it's business, you're always good at giving business advice. Or maybe it's for me, one of the things I discovered that people used to ask me constantly about is how to advertise their products, how to advertise their goods and services. So that's something people were always coming to my DM asking me how to, I got in a day I'll get like at least 2 to 3 people asked me every day how to do this. So what I did was I went and I sat down and I created a course teaching people how they can actually advertise their services. And I started selling for 10,000 naira and people were buying because it's something that they really need and they've been asking me, and I have the answer and I give them the answer. So same thing applies here. What is the thing that people constantly ask you about? What's that thing that you are like an expert in? Maybe it's like parenting kids. They're always coming to, oh, because they know you've had kids before, they're asking you, what is this thing? Whatever it is, you literally have to sit down and figure it out. And that's something you could possibly monetize. You could turn into an ebook, into a course, into a membership program, whatever it is, you can monetize it. The next one we'll look at is, what problems have you faced and solved? Now, there is a gold mine in problems. Okay. It's never a good thing to face problems, but there's a gold mine in problems. And now you could possibly, there's nobody in this life who has not faced one challenge or the other. You could possibly have faced a particular problem and you have solved it during the course of your life. There are other people right now, there are thousands of people right now who are still battling with that problem. And these people need you to actually voice out and tell them what exactly you did to overcome that problem. So let's say you were in a relationship that was going bad and you're able to fix it, or you tried like finding a job, you tried so hard to find a job until you're able to finally discover how to get a job, or you maybe your business was struggling and you're able to raise it up, or you're even able to you were broke before and now you're able to start a business, and then from that business you're no longer broke anymore. These are problems you face and these are problems you solve. So a friend of mine, Blessing, like I said, Blessing used to be fat, right? There was a time she started overeating and she started getting fat and having pot belly. And what she did was literally she went to meet a doctor, and a doctor friend of her just gave her this natural herbal remedy that she can use, and she used the remedy and she was able to lose a bunch of weight. So she lost so much weight and people started wondering like what happened. It was so fast. So when we met, after talking, I told her like this problem you fix and you solve is something a lot of people are still facing right now. People are battling with this right now and they really need you to help them. So we created an ebook where we literally took all the ideas, everything on how to make that product, and putting that into that ebook, and then we sold it. And that ebook made millions. So this is literally taking problems that you face and you solve and converting them into digital products that you can actually sell. And then the last but not the least is, what do you do for a living? Now, this sounds so plain and simple. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I'm an engineer, I'm a banker, I'm an accountant, I'm whatever you might be. But do you know that you can monetize that knowledge? Because what you do for a living is something that you are very good at. So I'm guessing you are very good at it. Okay. So let's assume you're a doctor. You could actually take the knowledge of knowledge of medicine and actually package that into an ebook or a course and teach us how to avoid some diseases, or teach us how to cure some particular diseases that we might have. Okay. Let's say you are a teacher and you're probably good with knowing how to get kids to learn better. You could package it as a course and teach parents how to make their children smart. So you say, oh, I'm going to teach you how to make your child a genius. So teaching techniques that you can employ that make your child understand anything they're learning. Or, for instance, one of the biggest accountants that I know personally is Miss Choma. And Miss Choma is actually like, if you don't know her, well, if you know her, then you know her. If you don't know her, I don't know. But Miss Choma is actually a big time accountant. And what she did is package the knowledge she got from her profession, all right, as an accountant, into a course and started teaching people some things about accounting. And she made a whole lot of money from it. She made millions selling that course. Okay. So the same thing you can do. What is it you do for a living? That is something that you can actually possibly turn into a digital product, into an ebook, into a course. That thing that you can actually turn into a digital product. So let's go over everything we discussed over again. So the first thing we talked about is your passion. Your passion is something you can turn into a digital product. Your next thing, talk about your life experiences. And then we also talked about the questions people ask you frequently. And then last but not least, oh no, before that we talked about what problems have you faced and solved, and then last but not least we talked about what you do for a living as something that you can actually package as a digital product, as an ebook, as a course. You can use that experience, that knowledge you have from all these things, and create a digital product for yourself. So what you need to do right now is look through each and every one of these things we've talked about and ask yourself, okay, where is my wealth of knowledge in this thing? Is it my passion? Is it what I do for a living? Is it the problems that I know I've solved? Or is it my life experiences? Look at all these things and you'll be able to find, if not at least one, you'll be able to find two or three different knowledge wells that you know you're knowledgeable about, and you can actually monetize from. Okay, so we'll come to the end of this video. Stay tuned. I'm going to be teaching you a lot more stuff. In the next series, I'm going to also be teaching you, like, after you discover what you can actually monetize, which you should have discovered from this video, I'm going to now teach you how you can actually turn that knowledge into an ebook or a course, and how you can actually sell them. All right, so I will see you in the next video.